Whew. Yeah, compared to that dungeon, everything in the rest of the game is just smooth sailing. In fact, the game just gets profoundly easier from this point forward. So let's go back to our red wizard, red mage. Let's go to our coral sword. Even though I think that's a dragon type. Yeah, that's a dragon type. A worm killer would have been better. It's such a relief that I'm done with the ice cream. I didn't know how I was going to go, but it could have gone even worse. I mean, that one chest with the Dark Wizards for the clothes is like the most diabolical shit in the game. Like, whoever did that was like, yeah, I need to be an asshole today. Alright, now that we have the Levy Stone, we can go get something better than the ship. Thank you, can I have another? I was just joking. Oh, you know what? I forgot to speak about something else. I'll do it after this battle. Let's equip you with the coral sword because that'll probably work better. But also, our monk, once you hit level 18, you should just equip everything because not only do they fight best with their fists. At level 18 in the NES version, now. It uses a different formula, which is giving me higher defense this one. But once you hit level 18, there is no combo of armor until later in the game that will get you better defense than what your natural defense is going to be. So at level 18, it'll be 18 minus 22 because of the different formula. But the best you can get until we start getting that later equipment is 17 from a silver. What are they called? Armlets? Yeah, silver armlets. Basically, minus the shield, the buckler here, you would have the same equipment as our thief. The leather cap, silver armlet, and leather gloves. They have 19 defense because of the buckler, giving an extra 2. So the best you would get with the monk is 17, but just take all equipment off for a while. I will be putting equipment on my monk later in the game because it's a better idea. But yeah, I'll get to that when I start getting that equipment. We're just going to let her be the exhibitionist she always wanted to be. Alright, we can go here and into here. We get this cutscene with the Levy Stone. I kind of skipped how you're supposed to find out how to get the Levy Stone and everything. There's like 3 clues. And I think I can still get them. But I just kind of skipped over them. Alright, we have the airship. So this is good. Now we can explore the entire world. But we're going to stop off here first to restock our potions and everything. I think I really need to restock my potions, actually. Yep, I used up a great deal of them. I still have enough cottages. One of the hints for the Levistone is up here. After you complete Mount Gold, this guy actually wakes up. I've been after the Levistone for 10 years, Ellipsis. The cave to the north looks promising, but I can't go, Ellipsis. I'd never hear the end of it from my wife. You wouldn't have gotten through that cave, bro. Alright, so she doesn't say anything new. Yeah, I might want to stay at the inn. That'll be the best idea at this point. Alright, and the other clues are over in Elfheim. So I will go over there. You remember those guys I said earlier in the game? Once you get to about, I think that point, or after you defeat Mount Gold, they actually change their dialogue. By the power of the Levistone, a great sail rises into the sky from the sand sea below the crescent. Okay, so that tells you where the location is. And does this guy say the same thing? Oh, in the dark abyss above the crescent, to the north beyond the smoldering mountain, the Levistone sleeps. Something awaits you there, Ellipsis. Yeah, something terrible awaits you there. The Cave of Hazy. Alright, so now that I've got all that out of the way, let's continue on. So now I can access the northern continent, because if you tried to go there earlier, you can go into one place and do some sequence breaking, but you still have to go through the ice cave to actually access the rewards for it. Which you can get some decent things there that'll make the game a little easier, but it's not the actual sequence of events, and you still have to go through the ice cave as these classes anyway, so it only helps moderately. So these islands are my next stop. So I just want to go in here and loot the dragon caves. Alright, we got a tent. So there's 13 chests around here in the dragon caves. Do not fear me, Ellipsis. You have some spine in you, human. And at this point, it's just pretty much an open world, and you can go explore anywhere you want, but there's a certain sequence of events that helps you out a lot more than, just going there and bouncing from these towns and everything. Have you spoken with our King Bahamut? The Dragon King confers a great honor upon the brave. But it does give you a lot of puzzles to solve, like, how do I do this? And then you start doing these dungeons and everything, and you're like, oh, this does that, blah blah blah. It's customary for dragons to venture northeast to the Citadel of Trials. There, we must test our mettle by claiming a token of courage from within. Yeah, if only I could play through this game. Like, this was huge between me and one of my friends when we were, I don't know, 9 or 10, because of the exploration aspect. We're like, oh, what do we do? We have to solve all these things and everything. Well, yeah, if only I could play this again for the first time, because, you can't catch that sense of wonder a second time. The form of the token of courage changes with the times. Do not let its appearance deceive you. Alright, so we need a token of courage, and we need to talk to Bahamut, who is another D&D entity. Oh, there's more of these over here, right? this is the cave to Bahamut. So just come down here. I think it's around this point in the game. Like, my stepdad had gotten this for me, and in the I had a full box and version and everything in the store. It comes with more than just the instruction manual. It has like all the weapons, items, spells, and then it has like maps of stuff. But I think it's around this point where you get the final maps of the game. It's just the Dragon Caves, and from then on you have to just explore it yourself. This is the Chamber of Bahamut, the Dragon King. Mind your tongue. The Dragon King looks within to measure a person's true courage. I am the Dragon King of Bahamut. I confer honor upon those whose strength and courage are true. Return with me a token of your courage. Alright, so we have to bring the token of courage to Bahamut, and he'll give us a reward. And the reward is well worth it. I mean, if you play the game, you know what you're getting, but probably the best reward of the game. I mean, you could argue there may be better things, but without Bahamut's reward, you probably won't be able to take advantage. Alright, we have the new enemies, the worms. Using the wrong weapon on the thief there. So we have our worms. Which is just like another word for dragon, but, where are they? 260 HP, 131 magic defense, okay. Type of dragon, so we should have been using the worm killer there. Resistant to earth. Wonder how they got that resistance. Once, long ago, the Northland was filled with beautiful shrines and towering mechanical castles. So very long ago, ellipsis. Alright, let's loot these guys. They want us to do it. Alright, we got a cottage. The dragons of the Cardian Islands have no love of senseless killing. 500 gil. I don't know why that was stashed there. It's a rare thing to have humans visit us here. If you are valiant warriors, you should speak with Bahamut, our king. 10 gil. Oh man, they went for the troll there. 2 more chests. 7. Alright, once long ago, there was an age when man and dragon lived together. Well, why don't they anymore? Is it because the Fiend of Water and the Fiend of Wind destroyed everything? There's no way there's 7 chests in this hole right here. Alright, 2750 gil, 2000 gil, 1455 gil. Oh, there's 4 chests left. There they are. Only the truly brave could obtain a token of their courage. Alright, 1520 gil, 2750 gil, 9500 gil, 160 gil. Any more dragons around here that want to give us lore? No, they don't. Alright, I could go to the next area to get the token of courage, but I think I would just explore a little more. Alright, we have a town right here, but there's actually no landing spots that are close to it, so we have to come over here. Alright, we get a Neo-Chew. pretty strong. What are they like? Let's see. Ni-Ochu. Ni-Ochu. I don't think we even encountered the Ochu unless I'm misremembering. But yeah, 344 HP. This is where things get a little bit difficult, but not quite. 170 magic defense is pretty high, man. No types, no weaknesses, and no resistances. Nothing really remarkable from them. Yeah, I want to come in here. And there's a few guys that will change their dialogue as I progress with quests in here. Alright, so we can buy golden needles here, but I'm not sure if I really encounter many monsters at this point that are going to petrify. I guess I'll get a few more. Churches up here. Look at my legs. Aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look, look. Did you see that move I just did? That Underhill fella from the caravan had something very weird for sale. Okay, yeah, church if you need a revive. You ever hear of something called oxyale? Nope. They say that the shrine sank into the sea 200 years ago. Now there are mermaids living there, or so the story goes. Alright, so there's a sunken shrine with mermaids. Out of me way, blast it. Haven't been able to catch me a single fish. How am I supposed to keep food on me plate and kick in my belly? Coffee's been spreading some nonsense story about how he saw a shiny thing fall out of the sky. Alright, got graves. Do these have any witty, like, here lies Erdrick and Link and... Nope, they're just all gravestones. They say this used to be a beautiful village until about 200 years ago. It's not beautiful anymore. Alright, here's white and black magic shops. So they started doing something really weird here. So they only sell 2 spells here. Level 7, Null Death and Healaga. Healaga, we cannot pick up with our red mage. This is, like always, the heal line is just a white mage exclusive. This is probably the best healing spell in the game, if I'm going to be honest. There is a cure spell for... You know what, I think it is level 7, but I'll have to go to another town to find it. But, yeah, it restores your HP to just maximum, but this is a multi-target for the entire party, and you really don't need to restore. Now, I believe in the NES one, this is bugged just like Healara, and instead of casting Healaga, it'll cast Healara in battle, and Healara will cast Healaga, so there's really no reason to buy this in the NES version, but it's since been fixed. It works as intended in this game, and best healing spell in the game. Almost the reason that you need to bring a white mage. And I'll get to that when you fight a few bosses later. Null Death, I will definitely pick this up. Our red mage cannot pick it up, but this is one of the 2 level 7 magics the red wizard can learn. This says enhances the party's defense against instant death, but it actually gives protection to the other 5 elements that are not fire, ice, and thunder. It gives it to time, earth, death. I guess you don't need spirit, but I think it does give you resistance to spirit and earth. And it also gives resistance to every status effect in the game. So this is a really good spell. Hard to beat it. And over here we have 2 level 7 black magic spells. Saber is the best offensive buff in the game. But it is self-only, so if you have a black mage, it's probably not worth picking it up. Also, there's an item that I'm going to pick up that also casts this on the person that uses it, so not very useful to buy as a spell because the Black Mage isn't really going to be relying on melee damage, so this gives a plus 16 to your attack, and it also gives plus 10 accuracy, so it's a little better than Temper, but also the fact that it's adding accuracy to you means that you will get some more hits, which is just going to lead to more damage. So, if you're like on the cusp of getting another attack, if you're going to go from like 4 to 5, then this is just a huge buff to your melee damage. But seeing that it's only self-only, don't pick this up for your Black Mage. Neither of these spells can be picked up by my Red Mage when she classes up, so it's a Red Wizard. But Blind is another power word spell. Anything with less than 300 HP will get blinded by this. Yeah, it's okay, but Dark is a little better, I think, even though its accuracy is pretty low, but if it has less than 300 HP, it's going to get blinded by this. But we're not going to bother with either of those. Are those limbs really yours? My father's with the caravan. Right now they're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north of the desert. I hope he comes home soon. Alright, so we got a clue. This guy will change his dialogue later. You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm a warrior myself, on a pilgrimage to the Citadel of Trials to earn the recognition of the dragon. I must return with a token proving my strength and courage. Alright, so more clues about a Citadel of Trials. Hi, my name's Duffy, huh? You want to hear about the shiny object I saw? I think it fell somewhere near the waterfall to the north. No one believes me, but I think it was some kind of mechanical creature. Alright, so we got another clue about something we need to do. I wanted to save the mermaids living on the seafloor, so I made this submarine out of a barrel. But when I went underwater, I started running out of air. I couldn't breathe. It's totally useless. Even worse, it's dangerous. You'd better keep away. Alright, so we need to be able to breathe underwater to ride the barrel down. Probably the worst idea for a submarine ever. Even worse than that one. The sunken shrine is said to be filled with riches. Silver, gold, diamonds, ellipses, even tablets describing lost languages and civilizations, if you believe in legends. Long ago, an ancient race known as the Sky People used a language called Luthinian. My brother, Boone, would always tell me how he'd figure out how to speak it if only he had the Rosetta Stone. Alright, so we need a Rosetta Stone to Boone, who we've already met, how to speak the Luthinian language. Alright, let's continue on with our Gears of War monk. Alright, we've seen the Hellhounds and Ogre Mages already. Give me some Rune Sword to attack this guy with. Actually, have I looked at the Hellhound? Time to go in the bestiary. How do I do that? Hellhound, where are you? Oh yeah, the Pyrolisk as well was the most dangerous enemy that I could have run into in the Mount Gold. I think you can only run into them in the first map with the big treasure chamber. But, like, if you look at their stats, they look completely unremarkable, but they do have a weakness to ice, a resistance to fire, earth. But I would just suggest to, like, they usually pop up in large groups. Like, Oh shit! You have to be in outside the game to do that, but you can get like a group of 9 of these or something, and they are much like the Mind Flayers. They have an attack called Gaze, which I believe is Fire Elemental. But if they strike you with that, it doesn't do damage. It's just an instant kill. So that's something to look out for as well. I would just drop Lazar to get them out of there. Those guys are no joke. You don't want to get hazed by them. Oh, I must have parked up here. Alright, so I'm going to go to the other town, and then we'll, I believe, go to the Citadel Trials after that. Citadel Trials is pretty easy. Alright, this is the town of Gaia. This is Gaia. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. Yeah, you can go there if you want to, but if you go down there, everybody's just going to speak a bunch of gibberish. You won't be able to understand them until you give the Rosetta Stone to Dr. Moon and learn how to speak your language, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. Alright, we have another black magic shop, which sells the other 2 level 7 magics. Lizaga deals ice damage to all enemies. This is the strongest ice spell. I will pick this up, but I don't know how much opportunity I'm going to get to use this, because the red mage just does not have the intellect of the black mage. Like, the black mage's intellect is just stupidly high that he's able to do so much damage, and in the Pixel Remaster, the higher your intellect is, just the more damage your spells do, the more healing they do. But this is nice to have in case you just need to drop an emergency nuke spell on enemies that are weak to ice, so I will pick this up. This is one of the old... for level 7 magic, the Red Mage, when they class change to Red Wizard, this is one of the 2 spells they can only learn. This and Null Death from the White Magic selection, so... Yeah, you really start tailing off at the end with your Red Mage's magic selection. And then there's Break. Yeah, this has 64 accuracy. Really good spell, actually, since it has that high of accuracy. This tries to petrify an enemy, so... On that, it's Poison Elemental, so don't ask me why something that petrifies is Poison Elemental. It just is. If you have resistance to Poison Elemental, you're going to resist this, and then also there's the resistance to the stone status, so there's two different resistances you can pick up for it. But there are some applications for it. I did, like, you're allowed to battle the monsters and the bosses and everything inside the bestiary if you go from the main menu into it. You can use this on, like, Darwin and stuff, but I'll get to a little bit more explanation with a spell I'm going to find in this town in just a moment. I did a lot of testing on those bosses. So we get Kiraja, which is your quote ultimate healing spell. It's just fully cures everything. So this will max out your HP and also cure status effects, as it says down there. I guess pick this up if you want to, but I'm just not as hot on this as Yalaga. In my opinion, Yalaga is the better spell. And the status effects isn't really that big because I will start getting equipment that will practically make me immune to everything, so I don't have to really worry about it. I guess if you really want it, just pick it up. Diaja is complete overkill. You don't need to go over the aura this line of spells. Unlike the other Dia spells, though, let me find where it is. The other Nia spells have 24 accuracy, so it's a lot harder for them to get that critical hit. Diaja, on the other hand, does have 48 accuracy, so it has double. It's a lot easier, but the base damage is just going to annihilate them as it is. And in this game, the higher your intellect, the white mage has the second highest intellect in the game. So. I don't know, Null Death and Lara are definitely pickups for this level. And then I guess go for Kiraja, because Diaja, you really don't need it, anything higher than Kiara. And we're also going to be picking up items that are going to be able to cast Diara for free, so I don't have to waste spell charges on them. Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand a word they say there. Yeah, that's why we're going to avoid it. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How did you make it up this high in the mountains? Did you fly or something? Nah, that's impossible. This is right. Fairy was living at our spring, but I haven't seen her lately. I wonder what's happened to her. My dad was always telling me how the castle to the west was a place to test your courage. Okay, so there's a castle to the west, and Citadel of Trials, maybe they're the same thing. They say a special water called Oxyel gushes from the bottom of our spring, but only fairies can draw it out. Alright, so we've gotten a clue on the Oxyel that we need the fairy to draw it out. Alright, and there's more magic here. But let's keep talking to people. That room's always trying to weasel its way out of its chores. I don't know what to do with it. Busy, busy, busy. Ellipsis. Swish, swishery. Any more guys that want to talk? There's a tower in the Yanakurm Desert that no one can enter. Some people think it's nothing but a mirage, so it's called the Mirage Tower. No one can say for sure, though. Alright, so there's a tower there. Legends say the sky people could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. Alright? Now we're learning a lot. So let's go check out these magic shops. Alright, so we find level 8 magic, 3 of them. So we don't know where the 4th one is yet, but we found 3 of them. Okay, so Stop. Let's see. Stop has 48 accuracy, which is the only other spell other than Diaja that has that accuracy. It is the only time elemental spell that you can use in the game, and only black mages, when they class upgrade, get level 8 magic, level 8 black magic. So this is completely useless for this playthrough. But this is probably the best paralysis spell in the game. With the caveats that hold is probably better in boss battles because there's only one boss. But Stop hits everybody. It's time elemental, and it has 48 accuracy, so you could do the math on that. Warp, on the other hand, let me see. Warp is bad, isn't it? Okay, Warp has 32 accuracy. I didn't put any notes down whether it has a element to it, so I don't know about that. But this is a multi-target spell that tries to just instantly kill the enemy if they fail their check. So this is a bit better than the Death Spell, which is why the Death Spell is just so bad in this game. Because Death has the lowest accuracy and it only single targets an enemy. Kill, on the other hand, is another power word spell. This will instantly destroy anybody that has less than 300 HP, so this is a much better version of Death. I don't think it even has accuracy. You don't need the accuracy. Just looking through your bestiary, if the monster has less than 300 HP, this is going to just instantly kill it. We'll find the last spell in that level a little later in the game. And here is level 8 white magic. You get Holy. which is one of 3 spells that has 107 accuracy. That completely maxes it out at 255. I will put the chart up here that shows the accuracy on this. Even at 200 magic defense, these have a 27.5% chance of landing that critical hit, so really good spells. This is the first rendition of it though, so it doesn't do fully elemental damage. It's non-elemental, but at the same time, it hits all enemies, so if you wanted a good attack spell for your right mage, this is it. Now, not all, on the other hand, I would say just skip this. This is single target, but it does have all the benefits. I think this even has poison elemental in it because there are attacks that do damage that are poison elemental, but this one is just, especially at this point in the game, I'm just going to start getting equipment that's going to have a bunch of resistances, like ribbons, that I just don't even need this. I will need Null Death, however, so I'm going to pick that up. This one is the one that you would want to skip. I would not pick this up if you have a white mage. Now, Dispel is the second spell that has 107 accuracy. This doesn't work like if you're familiar with Dispel and future Final Fantasies. I don't think it works that way till the 3rd game. What this does is... let me find... you know what? The Lich would work just fine. Let's go in the bestiary and look the Lich up. I think I went a little too far. Alright, Lich. Since he's undead and has a bunch of resistances, so when you cast Dispel, it checks their magic defense. Dispel is also non-elemental, so there's no resistance they can get to it, so 107 accuracy, the best they could get, you still have a 27.5% chance of getting the spell to work on them. It will check their resistances if they have elemental or status resistances, and if the spell succeeds against them, it will just remove all that. So you could then cast things that it is resistant against. Like you could see it has poison resistance, so you could just cast Scourge and then kill him, or you could cast Death and do it, and as long as it bypasses his magic defense, which it should at 120, you could then use those spells to hurt them. So it's actually a pretty decent spell. Now, it does have a caveat that I did some testing off screen. It actually doesn't work against any bosses. Anything that's coded as a boss, this spell does not work against them. So I had this great idea that, maybe I could just use this against Chaos later and do a special episode, but unfortunately, it seems to be, I haven't found it where it is yet, but it is coded into the game that Dispel will not work against bosses, and that's unfortunate because I was using it against bosses like Garland, who have a really low magic defense. I believe this should have a 95% chance to hit him, but he doesn't have any resistances or anything, and that should work, but it just misses every single time, so that's unfortunate. It would be the best application of using this spell. So I'm gonna keep working on finding that. Maybe I can just turn that off for the bosses. I'm not sure if it works in the NES version. It could be one of those spells that's just bugged and doesn't work. Alright, I saw a shining light fly off to the west in the night sky. I know I saw it! Alright, the weapon and armor shop. Here you can buy the cat claws. Nobody in my party can actually use this. This is the, quote, best weapon for your black mage. Not sure how useful that is because black mages should just be doing other things in battle than trying to swing their knife at people. And here we can get ruby armlets and protect rings. Ruby armlets are pretty good. I will find one later, but if you're running like a white mage, black mage party, I would suggest buying one just to put it on your other mage. It's defense of 24, weight of 1, pretty good stuff. The protect ring is actually the best glove equipment in the game. Tied for the best defense at 8, weight of 1, but the thing that makes it so good is it has a guard against instant death. So I can find 3 of these in chests later, but I will want to buy one here, so I'm going to do that right now. And I am going to slap that on my red mage, because the red mage needs the defense, especially since he's holding up position 2. So yeah, we're looking a little better right now. As I find the other ones, I will put them on the other guys. I will probably, I don't know, put it on the monk next. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere I want to go. What's in our item shop here? Okay, we can't even get gold beetles here. What the hell? Like, this would be your hub town for the later dungeons. Alright, there's a scholar studying the Luthinian language, but I can't seem to recall his name. And then there's this asshole right here. I caught the fairy, so I figured she's mine to do with as I please. What's the big deal? So I sold her to the caravan. So what? And for whatever reason, they put the church all the way back here. So if you wanted to revive somebody, you had to come all the way back here. And there's still more to this town. You can come up over here. Alright, this is the place that we need to get the Oxio from, but we need to get the ferry to do that. But I'm going to ignore that for now.